Joining us on the Rise 360 today are two standout talents from Kemi Adetiba's gripping true thriller To Kill a Monkey. I'm talking about Benson and Lilian Afegbai. From high-stakes drama to complex character arcs, these two bring intensity, depth, and charisma to the screen in a film that is sparking conversations not just here in Africa but across the world. We'll be talking about their roles, the making of the project, and what it really was like under the visionary direction of Kemi Adetiba. African cinema lovers, you're welcome for a treat. Welcome to the show, brother. I know that too, brother. And of course, sisterly. How are you doing? Welcome. First of all, I want to say thank you for being here because I know how packed media runs must be for you right now, and it's because you have put out such an amazing body of work. I want to start from there. What's it been like? You know, it's been about 2-3 weeks since it's been out. Not even. It's not up to a month. Definitely not.
It's almost 3 weeks.
Yes.
Not,
about 3 weeks.
About
Yes.
3 weeks, yes.
So, yeah.
2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's true because it came out. Yes, 2 weeks.
Yes, 2
Oh
weeks.
my, that is
2
how,
weeks, yes.
because of how much it's been, it feels like longer. I'm going to start with you because, you know, ladies first. What's it been like?
It's been overwhelming. I can't even lie. It's been a lot. It's been, you know, a lot of interviews, a lot of like people say, oh my God, Idia. People are excited, people are happy, you know, positive vibes, good comments. And overall, I've just been filled with so much gratitude to God because I love it. It's beautiful that you put in hard work and people love it and they appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful feeling, and so it's been good.
What about you, William?
Yeah, like you said, it's been overwhelming, but at the same time, it's been a long time coming. Some of us weren't prepared for this, really, because when we're doing it, it was just our usual. But with the visionary strength of Kemi and how she put everything together with us, she kind of gave us heads up that this thing, we don't know how it's going to pan out, but you guys, you gotta be ready. You don't know what's coming. And I'm glad God had it this way for us because for almost 2 weeks or a little bit above 2 weeks, it's been all about To Kill a Monkey, and everywhere your name is, it's quite scary too. I used to have the confidence to walk out and maybe just go somewhere to eat. Right now I can't do that. It's quite stressful, but beautiful stress too.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about your characters now. First of all, how much freedom did you guys get to interpret your roles? Now, I'll start with you, Benson, playing Efe. Playing Efe. How much freedom? How much freedom did you get? Last week we had Michael Ejodas on man say that your role to him was very tasking. Like, you know, he watched you go from 0 to 100 real quick. Then for Lilian, playing Idia, that comical side of your character, was it part of the script or was it like something you just whipped up during production? So I'll start with Idia, then we'll come to William.
Okay, my character. So to be fair, right, we had a director that was an actor's director. She wasn't just a regular director, she was an actor's director. She would, from your mind, she would direct your mind. Like, where is your mind at? She wants to know where your head is at, where's your head space? And I remember she would say, what do you want? What do you think? It's a conversation. Oh, I think this, I think that. And then she would tell me, I'll say, director, do I have the freedom to like put some slangs here? And then she's like, yes, like, enjoy, like just do your thing. And I would do, whatever. She would add some instructions. She was like, oh, do this. And it would just be explosive.
So
and
even
me.
Husband is always...
Yeah, because I knew that I had to. So I knew that it was a huge project, right? Yeah. And we had him and Buchi. Williams and Buchi, they are beast. And I've worked with him on Adetiba in like 20 years. I know he's a beast. Yeah. Buchi, I watch Buchi act, I have chills. And I know him. And I'm like, what kind of act? So I knew that they were going to stand out. If I needed to really stand out, I needed to come with my A game. I couldn't play. So I had to chip in, here and there to make everything spicy.
So what about you, William?
Yeah, for me it was more of collaboration, having to meet with these wonderful actors. I've never worked with Buchi before, but whilst I was doing Ajoche, he was on Jemiji, and I worked with her on Ajoche. And when Kemi called me, I was like, okay, why are they calling me? Tola was the one that called me. I didn't know Kemi was calling, so I picked Tola Odunsei's call, and he said, Kemi's been calling you. Why are you not picking her call? I said, which Kemi? How? Where? What did I do? So I said, let me check my phone, and I saw that I'd missed 4 calls. When I called her, all I just wanted to hear was her voice.
Yeah.
And she kept talking for hours. And that was where I drew the strength from, because when Kemi started talking about her work, she's quite passionate about it. And we were on the phone for almost an hour plus, and she kept talking. I didn't interrupt her.
Yeah.
But once we finished, she said, William, we need you. I said, okay, William, we need you. I said, okay, William, we need, excuse me,
okay.
William, we need you. Okay, then we got on set. The first thing I told her is a prayer point I usually do on my own. I usually do it to God, but I knew this was divine. This was divinity at work.
Yeah.
So I looked at her and I told her, I said, look at me, I came here with nothing but myself. Yours I am, yours I want to be. Do with me what you will. And truth be told, Kemi is an actor's director. She would take you there. She gets into your mind. And if she wants something from you, then you say, William, give me 10 press up. And once you give her the 10 press up, where are you at this moment? I don't need you to do anything. Just focus on this. Don't stress it. She brings you to that point where you break. And where you begin to have the retakes and takes, and it will get to a point you get frustrated within you, then the actual character comes out. So she knows how to squeeze the juice no matter what. And
you mean the juice?
The juice. No, trust me. And I told her when we were on set, I said, Kemi, I'm sorry. Of all the directors I've worked with, you are still the only director that has really taken me closer to what the character should be. Because it's quite beautiful to have someone who manages you, and she gives you the freedom to get into your muse, get into that headspace and deliver quality. And Kemi does not know anything beneath quality, perfection.
Yeah.
She wants to get it, and what she wants, she will get.
Fantastic, fantastic. This film has a lot of strong and emotional layers. Like, there were times where I was like screaming at my screen. There are times where I was like, yeah, get it, girl. You know, it was so emotional. And even from the response on social media, you can tell that people that are, on Team Obos, there are people that are on Team Efe. It's crazy.
People don't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like me, but it's just that. Why you do Why you do
Because you played your character so well. So I want to know, was there any scene in particular that was so demanding that stayed with you long after shooting? And just as a side note, whose team are you on? Even if you played the character, do you agree with what he did? I want to also know. I mean, as you, obviously, not as India, as Lilian. So let's start with Lilian.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so as me,
yes.
Was that okay with what he did?
Yes. Are you Team Obos or Team Efe?
I was definitely Team my husband, and not because he's my husband.
Because he's your husband?
No, not because he's my husband. The reason is, for me, sometimes just leave people. Efe Mini was just jumpy. You know that you've not had anything. There was this scene where he and my husband were having a conversation on the table, right? And then finally you say, oh, you have an idea. Oh God, we never see your idea, Ogbeni. So it's okay, fine, you have an idea. Already, okay, let's talk about the percentage. I'm like, somebody already told you that they will give you money. You can already tell that somebody that helps you in the restaurant, pay all your bills in literally how many seconds, will definitely sort you out. But he was already like so fast, like he was going faster than he shouted. How much you gonna do? Wait a minute, because for me, I just thought at that point, I'm like, this guy gets some kind, he's not straightforward, this guy is funny, he's shady, and he's a very selfish person, because I get it that he was a victim of, life through, but even when he started to enjoy, you had zero loyalty, zero, because at the end of the day, even when people say, my boss slept with his daughter, you're supposed to hide your daughter. You know that your kind friend. You're not even supposed to make you see your daughter. What do you mean? You're supposed to protect her, like because now you're not gonna put her on my husband. I'm chatting my boss.
Yeah, so answer the question about the scene that was the most challenging, that you really had to dig deep to bring that part of Idia out.
Yeah, so as much as I was extremely prepared, right? Because I would not lie, I was extremely prepared. Before I went on sets, my lines were in my head. Like everything, my attitude, my hands, I was Idia. I was living Idia before I went on set. I became Idia, I was speaking Pidgin. But my first day on set with Kemi, because I'd never been on set, I'd never so I was nervous, I was anxious, and that first day was with me, it was me and Stella Damascus, right? But the good thing is because I already reached out to her, Proud Production, say, oh please, are you in the country? I want to meet you, get to know you, let's rehearse lines together. I went to her house, so we already had, because I like to be, there was chemistry. We ran our lines together, I saw that there was, chemistry, so I knew that was there, but there was still this, Kemi, I hear she takes 100 takes. God, I wanted to give her my all, I was like a mad person, right? So that first take, before I went, I was just praying to God and my first take was the polo scene, my first scene in the film. My first scene that was shot in the film was the polo scene. So it choked. I was like, I have to add. But that was also my audition scene. So for me, I was just going through a phase of it has to give. It has to. And this is my first scene with her. She has to feel me. I need to see her face. So So that was for me. That was so challenging because I was just a lot was going through my mind. I needed to keep the accent. I needed to keep the action. I needed to keep the act. People think it's easy, but it's not, because you keeping a certain accent consistently and saying certain things and also acting and looking at your opponent's eyes is freaking hard. It's very veteran.
You made it so believable. So thank you for that. What about you, William? There's so many, but
how many do you want to bring out? So I'll just stay within the frame of when I came with my wife, Nosa, to Obozi's house, their house, and that scene where he cut soap for me, it was just a pile of emotions where you finally come to the
point of realization,
the pool where you drink water and you just have to pour out your mind. And having to work with Oboz drew me in there. That the moment I hit my knees on the floor, I lost me. Basically, I lost me. Everything you saw there was pure emotion that ran for a long period, even into the hospital, because I started seeing how miserable he's been all along, looking for help everywhere, and all the doors are being shut at him. And this happens all the time. And this is somebody who finished with the first class. This is somebody who is educated, tech whiz. At the end of the day, you walk through those whole process that you just need respite work. You get to the point where you are almost getting it. They say, tell us about what you do. And you say, let me bring out my laptop, and all you see is wood.
That was beautiful.
So all those scenes started playing within the frame where I had to tell him, I don't care what it is right now, help me. So, and Kemi really helped me in that space, especially in the house. That place was where I don't know the word, probably denomo, where I released myself to the music. Just flow, let it go, don't hold back. And it got to a point, there was a particular scene we were shooting, Kemi out and said, don't down the tears. It's too much. I'm not holding it. I'm not holding it. It's just, it's a fee at play. And the part she was talking about, I'm negotiating with our boss already, that place really killed us the most. And that was where Kemi wasn't feeling it. You have to feel this one because I'm putting everything inside of me is what I'm pushing out right now. Then Kemi became very emotional, and I didn't want to upset her. I didn't want her to get to that point where it's because of me she's emotional. I'm like, okay. I pushed again. Then the next day, she came with packs of food and drink and all that. William, I want to ask for your forgiveness. Forgive me. Aww. I overstretched at that point. Man, I watched it again, and it was was beautiful. I'm sorry. Was when she was telling me I'm sorry, that's when I started crying. I just looked at her. I didn't want her to know I was crying. I just turned and I started crying. So if a story basically drives you to the point where you see the suffering man, no matter who you are, whatever you've become today, there's a backstory. And if everybody begins to tell you their backstory, you won't be able to, you won't exhaust it.
Yeah.
And online, as I'm talking to you, there are people that have sent me messages, and the guy said, I'm not joking, I was Ife. And right now, as I'm still talking, I'm praying God gets me out of it, and all that. So Kemi really taught.
Passed the message.
Yes, and he's been passing the message. A lot of people in that space looking for the glimmer of hope, help, and people just see them as wretched of the earth and all that. So
let me even say because we're almost out of time. Playing poor Efe,
yes,
and playing rich Efe. Did both of them very well.
Yeah.
First of all, but your character, digging into let's say the poor side and the rich side. Which one relates to more in your lifestyle? And same thing for you, Lilian. Have you dated a cultist before? Because sorry, you have to come out that way.
She came correct.
She came correct.
Yeah.
She represented what a babe of a cultist should be and act like. So, real life talk. Relating your character to your personal life. Have you guys ever experienced that in person, in real life?
I would say a bit, but not too much. My dad was one of the MDs of Lagos State Waste Disposal Board back in the 70s, 60s, 70s. When he lost he retired actually, so my mom became the stopgap between that. So that period we're young, but we did experience it a little.
Yeah.
But my mom was the one that actually, I'll tell people, my mom taught me business, my father taught me God. Been that. It did play a little, but most time I'm a student of the humanities.
Yeah.
Your environment, the world you live in, Nigeria, is enough to give you all that information, and I'm spongy. I can be in an environment and I'm studying people. It's for what I would do next. I don't know what I'm going to do. And when I study my script or understand, I leave everything I know about the script. When I get into the space, I want to feel your energy, collaboration.
Yeah.
And once you come at me, I respond to you like I'd never met you before. I'd never read the script before and all that, because I think for me to get to my audience, I have to be realistic about, be plausible, and that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never dated a cultist. I'm just putting that out there. I'm such a sweet girl. I attract quality, high-profile men. Please, guys, don't do that.
All right, then I actually want to ask you this, and just because of how intense the characters got, and I usually tend to ask the actors or actresses that come on this show, because I think it's important, again, in everything that we do, to always check in with ourselves mentally. How do you decongest? How do you separate, when you're done with the character, what is that thing that you do that brings back Lilian, that brings back William? What do you do to decongest from
Transmogrification. Transmogrification, the ability to take in the character when you're working. And the easiest way to just let go is not you. Don't get too involved. You've done the part you ought to play.
Yeah.
Just let go.
Yeah.
So I don't waste time. Once I get in, I get in. Once I get out, I get out.
Really? So it's easy for you to switch from one character to the other?
That's
Interesting.
On to the next one.
You saw it between the poor and the rich.
Yeah.
It's within the same period of shoot.
What about you?
For me, sometimes I struggle, and while I'm struggling, I just beg people around me, please bear with me. I'm a bit this, I'm a bit that. I'm still trying to. And sometimes I just isolate myself and pray. But it happens rarely. It's only when I go to a dark place and I shoot movies that take me there and all that. And before, when I wasn't obviously practicing method acting, I would imagine I have to think about, every time I have to think about when my dad died. That's crazy. That's draining, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's better to practice method acting. So you get to enter the character. When it's time to leave the character, you leave the character.
Yeah.
So most times I just pray to God, really. And
Real quick, just one more question before we leave. Is this project the one that stretched you guys the most in your career?
Is it a turning point? Was it a challenge? Was it a passion piece?
So it was Ajoche stretched me.
Yeah.
But Ajoche was James just giving me the key and says you have access to everything in the room.
Yeah.
But this one you have the key, but you also have the guide. It's like the Holy Spirit working with you all the way through. That was how Kemi was to every one of us.
Yeah.
So she actually did stretch us with this. So I would say yes, this one did stretch us.
What about you?
Yeah, it did stretch me mentally, physically, everywhere.
Well, congratulations, guys! You really have done the chemistry on screen. Has just been fantastic, and I can't wait to see you in future projects. Y'all superstars now. Honestly, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. All right, then we're going to leave you. Of course, we're done with Arise 360, the Friday episode. My name is Shaitan Atigari. Thank you so much for watching.
My name is Ken. We'll see you next week. It's been a wonderful week, and have a great weekend.
Bye.